Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at solutions for problem 3. So, we are given here the diagram and is a chain of figures made up of black dots. Okay, so in the first figure, we have one black dot, and in the second figure, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black dots, and in the third figure we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black dots. So we are asked here to complete the table. So in figure 1, how many dots do we have? 1. Okay, so we just do counting here. And in figure 2, how many black dots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in figure 3, how many black dots do we have? And we did count that, and we got a 9. So in figure 4, how many dots we're gonna have? Now you need to analyze here that we had 1 dot in the first figure and we have 5 dots in the second figure, meaning that 4 was added, because you could simply say 5 minus 1 and you would get a 4, meaning that 4 has been added there. 9 minus 5, also 4 has been added, so that means you keep on adding plus 4, and then also here when you add a 4, that means you're gonna have 9 plus 4, and that will be equal to 30. So we are going to have 13 black dots in figure 4. Okay, then in the next question we need to determine the general rule to find the number of dots in the nth figure. So the general term, the rule, and the nth term, or the nth rule, or the nth figure is the same thing. Okay, so what you have to look at here is that this is arithmetic. Okay, so since this pattern here is arithmetic, then we are going to use this rule that Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. And in the previous lesson I explained that a is the first term, so meaning that a is equal to t1, and that will be equal to 2. Oh, sorry, that will be 1 in this case. Okay, so it will be 1. So the first black dot is 1 in the first figure, and then the difference you get it by saying t2 minus t1, and that will be 5 minus 1, and that will be equal to 4. That will be our difference there. So to determine the general rule, we're gonna have Tn is equal to a, which is 1, plus n minus 1 by the common difference, which is 4. And then you are going to distribute this 4 inside those terms in the brackets. So Tn will be equal to 1 plus 4n, 4 multiplied by n, that is 4n, and 4 multiplied by negative 1, that will be negative 4. And therefore Tn, okay, and therefore Tn will be equal to 4n, and 1 minus 4, that will be negative 3. And therefore this will be our general term, or the general rule, or the nth term. Okay, 4n minus 3. Then question B3, how many dots are there in the 160th figure? So 160th figure, so this tells us that n is equal to 160. Okay, And remember that the rule for the pattern of these figures here was Tn is equal to 4n minus 3. So we are going to use our rule there. Tn is equal to 4n minus 3. Then we're going to substitute 160 everywhere we see n. So T 160 will be equal to 4 multiplied by 160 minus 3. And therefore T 160 will be equal to 4 multiplied by 160, that is 640. When you subtract 3 from it, you'll get 637. But you can always use your calculator so that you do not lose marks when you do maybe some errors, yeah, but it is always advisable to use your calculator when you deal with big numbers like that. Okay, then in question B4, which figure? All right, so which figure? Now when you look at question B3, they said 160th figure, so we knew that n stands for the figure. So now if they are asking which figure, that means n is unknown here. So n is unknown, but we'll have 209 dots. Okay, so 209 dots, so that means we know the value of our Tn here. So Tn is equal to 209. So where we see Tn in our general formula there, we're going to substitute 209. So that means we are going to have 209 is equal to 4n minus 3. 4n minus 3. Then we take the 3 that side, that will be 209 plus 3, which will be equal to 212. So we're gonna have 212 is equal to 4n. And now to get 4 by itself, we're gonna have 212 divided by 4 is equal to 4n divided by 4. So the 4 and 4 there will cancel, and therefore n will be equal to, okay, so n will be equal to 212 divided by 4, that will give you 53. So n will be equal to 53. So that will be your answer there. We'll see you in the next lesson. We will do solutions for problem 4.